Well, we do have Pluto, inching into Aquarius. There's something trippy happening though when you really look at those days. Right when it's in January, we have Pluto moving into Aquarius, but we don't ignore that. See, we're looking at the degrees, and we like that Pluto is going to be moving into 1 degree in February. It's going to really be getting into 1 degree off into Aquarius there. But right before that, there's a time when the sun is in Aquarius, and it happens to be right on the 14th. This is what I trip out on. Well, that's when Mars hits 0 degrees. See, Mars is going to conjunct Pluto. It's kind of far ahead. I'm talking about this. Mars conjuncts Pluto right on the 14th of February, and then so it's just 3 days later that the Venus, which we've been looking at Venus because we have Uranus messing with the rulership sign of Taurus, Venus, and also Jupiter is there doing an expando job on the whole vibrational frequency there. It exaggerates. So, um, the Mars conjunct Pluto tells me that war is in the air big time when the Pluto is moving into Aquarius farther. And then we have Venus, in fact, going to conjunct Mars and then conjunct Pluto also. Now, this is an alignment that it's going to mildly start squaring, and by the time the week is into that week, which is after the heart chakra day, um, February 14th, it's going to start squaring Jupiter, the Mars square Jupiter and Venus square Jupiter, and it's coming along with a Saturn conjunct Sun conjunct Saturn. So, but um, these aspects are pointing at money strain and also like a shift. Well, money strain because Jupiter, is square. But see, there's war, but there is something happening with the man and woman vibe as far as the truth. Sorry about the lighting there. The truth, how we're going to keep being rattled by, I was just about to say the holy truth, but truth is God, and it's best to go along the ley lines of that intelligence if it's there, if that's there, which is consciousness, which is what our awareness has got to move into. Human beings need to take responsibility. That's the profound responsibility that they have, each individual. See, Aquarius deals with the individual aperture as just science. You know how that each one has their intelligence system that needs to be turned on, and the ideal is that it programs itself, right? But if you notice, we have a lot of programs that are there to program you, and right, there's a lot of outer. Of course, you have to have an outer influence. Nobody said that's not what we're not doing. I guess if that makes sense, that's not what we're doing. Is the mind? See, we're storing things into the mind, though. Um, as an experience, though, it's better to have experiences because experience is not just one way to learn, it's the only way to learn. And so, if you can imagine a culture that has been brought up um, kind of only experiencing the mind and its desire, which is number one, is to stay more real than an experience that is outside the mind. See, and then, but there's also the desire to, there's that, but see, that it's kind of with that underlying foundation to just try to be more real. It's going to make so many things more important, but mainly itself, overall. And there's a huge dance out there to cover up the fact that, well, we haven't got a handle on the mind, and it doesn't want to give in to even relaxation, say enough to be quiet, to figure out, like, well, um, how do we stay quiet enough to be able to hear, like, say, because our lives, maybe we can maybe that's the key to extending our lifespan, is when we relax. And I didn't just say, see, a lot of people think, well, then everything's going to break down, like you didn't do anything. It's like, no. See, when you are relaxed into things, which is everything, say, like, relax into your fullest potential, relax into your highest power, relax into doing something correctly, to the point of when you do things correctly, maybe you don't have to do it again so much. Like, look at the structures left behind, like the pyramids and things like that we don't even know what they were really used for, really. And then where's everything else? Is it just that? I think that they left behind, these things are left behind. They couldn't destroy everything that stuck out like a sore thumb, right? And they're still destroying things today, if you look at it, for reasons of just concealing, and never bringing up that a different possibility is there. And see, those structures last so long, and you don't have to come back and spackle it up and then repaint it, and then, I mean, I doubt it. And so people get to just save their elbow grease a little bit and not become decrepit by the age, what, 90? And I am thinking that, no, that's, see, 90 to 125, that's adolescence. You're just getting into, oh, now I know how to do something completely different than you'd ever figure. It's like, it's not necessarily physically. I mean, imagine the technologies that would be maintained at that point, that if we were wise enough. See, we had wisdom that we weren't at constant war and ignoring the war around us. Talk about that constant warring, babes. It's like, haven't you noticed it? Why is it happening? Well, because money exists. There's something like money that says that if you can get a hold of me, money, you can control the very behavior of the entire global population. Literally, you can not only control behaviors, yes, you're controlling their minds. By what? Well, through the fear of death. Basically, bottom line. People don't think about it, but it's just, you want some food. You want food. You hate the notion of starving. That pain right there is the worst pain ever. And you don't want to hunger for too long. And talk about how that hooks into the mind, the fear of mind. The mind and fear are synonymous. So what it is it's hooking into this wheel that will turn to try and make itself more real than the reality of reality, and all these other things and ways that we can be other than just living in fear of even being found. See, being found out is what I say. The fear of the mind being found out, that it doesn't exist at all. Like, did you know that maybe you should breathe? And we are so encapsulated right now. I'm saying, like, held captive by a culture that has already cultivated a mind instead of their inner sanctuary. It's about this outer thing that's going to give them their fulfillment and everything. It's like, well, no, again, all you need is food. That's one of it's like a kind of a little mantra or a prayer that you should wake up and say. But you've heard it before. Is give us this day. What is that? Well, that's a metaphor. We're not just talking about the sun. That comes up automatically, but who notices it? But awareness, because did you know that the mind doesn't have awareness? It cannot have awareness because, well, it's a diametric opposite. Not because, but that's just the way that it is. I'll begin to clean up my language as soon as Pluto gets out of where it gets away from my Mercury. I have a very old Mercury. What I mean is it's at that late degree Libra conjunct Uranus, and so what's electrified there, as far as my mind and what um, I'm able to flash into communications, is a very old wise, is what I mean. Wisdom, the wisdom of the Libra. The Libra, and who knows what they're interested in. See, their word, sorry, jumping around, but I hope you enjoy this. Their keyword before the 40s, if you can find a book written in English before the 40s, their keywords is I love. See, Aquarius has the keyword I know, and Aries has I am, and it's pointing at a trip that you're taking in see, the evolution of becoming more and more. You just say becoming, or just being here. Really is just. And where are we going? Well, we're going to graduate into Pisces. If you know any Pisces people, there's a lot of Pisces working for us right now in the air. See, even though there are these squares to Neptune, which is in Pisces, it's showing us what all the deception is all about. It's very Piscean. It's the Piscean age, as they've been talking about it. It has everything to do with the culmination of the illusion um, of everything, really, which, if you look at it, religion tries to take all of that over, because everybody is wondering, what about existence? The whole question of existence, and even the fear. See, there's a lot of fear mongering, right? There's just tons of fear mongering, babe. Getting back to wars and how that has changed so much, we're going to be able to see that it's like going to be a big oh no, because here's the thing. Something about the truth that a lot of people don't know, which is God. In case you were confused, it's possible to end all the confusion right now and just let's look at words and find out what we're talking about. Truth is God if you want to get closer to it, but even that word, truth, is God. Ask a narcissist what the truth is. They're busy gaslighting everything, and so there's the truth about gaslighting. Let's look at that. It's a great conversation, actually, that needs to be had, and that conversation, babes, is called Buddhism. If there is in fact the truth sitting there talking about the truth, then it's going to know itself better than you if you don't know that you're the truth also. And anyway, something that children love. They know they can trust. They're like, yeah, that's it. I thought so. Just confirm it with the children, and you're on track. They're the older. Talk about your elders. They're the oldest ones here. Narcissists have such a different idea. I guess I'm going to make this a long video. Originally was making this video to try to talk about some of the astrology, the warring well, see, now what I see, to tell you the truth, men and women are going to know plainly that this warring is happening. It's like a big dawn. It's like, how that it's going to happen. That people might shift even more. It's talk about the shift, you know, no more fighting. You don't fight. See, that's the thing is there's the higher mind, the highest mind that will be operating under the exercisation or the exercising of Pluto. Pluto is a big slap around like God would slap around anybody who fails to go along the ley lines of the truth. Now, what I just said, see, because a lot of people don't understand this, and they think, oh, God is not a punishing God, and blah, 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 and it's like bullshit. If see, the truth is as simple as this, babes. You have legs. Now you're an experience that you have responsibility for some legs there, yours, walking. Now there is an obstacle, a curb, or something that if you do not lift your legs up and go over it, you're going to fall on your ass. This is the truth. You're doing this thing on the horizon. Here's the truth. There you are. No, wait, here's the truth. There you are doing this. Oh, look, it turns on. Sorry. There's a way. Buddhas and the masters were not going to give it up so easily. Can you simplify that story for us a little bit? So that we can understand what Jesus was all about on the cross there, so it's really just that's well, they did kill people that way. It's called capital punishment. You want to hang an electric chair around your neck now. That's the updated version. What I'm talking about is a phenomenon, of there's the horizon there. You're now on the horizon, and you're an eye. You're an eye. Now we're going to deal with the truth, because now you're on the horizon, and you go this way and that way, this way and that way, and in all of these ways, no matter what, there's the fucking truth right there. You'd better just center yourself up and stay with the truth there. Merry Christmas.